Hello everyone, if you are listening to this review on the Sabbath, then I would like to wish you a Sabbath filled with the knowledge that through God's grace, you can have a peaceful mind. This week's review is for the docu-series God is at Work, Season 1, Episode 8, called Jobs. And here's the description. Does your work matter to God? A Christian doctor's new approach to healthcare lives out the story of the Good Samaritan in challenging ways. Plus, you'll see how a Texas pastor is serving business leaders. A Chick-fil-a owner is incorporating his faith into his work, and how architects are fulfilling their purpose. Are you familiar with the parable of the Good Samaritan Jesus told? It can be found in Luke 10:25-37. The parable demonstrates how we show mercy to one another. The doctor who has chosen to help those who are facing financial challenges referred to the Good Samaritan parable when thinking of his work. His surgery is called Patmos, describing the kind of service he does. The acronym stands for Pay at the Moment of Service. But it's also the name of Apostle John's last known location. This doctor had a lot to say about mercy, the definition of foolishness, and his testimony of Jesus. He connects all his reasoning about what he does to the Word of God, which makes me think of Psalm 1 verses 1-2, which says, "Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the path of sinners, nor sits in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law he meditates day and night." And I'm reminded of the psalm, those verses from the Psalms, because he was saying how his colleagues who did not follow him to his surgery were doing things. He worked in the emergency room before, but they were doing things that made him question their integrity and made him question his own integrity as he looked at how much many people were being charged in the emergency room as opposed to how much he could charge people if he had his own private practice. He mentioned something about 3 to 5 times the amount being paid in the emergency room than in his private surgery, which I thought was just astonishing. I saw this segment as a good testimony of a Christian who is putting the heavenly kingdom before the things he has on earth. If you get to see this episode, watch how this doctor interacts with his patients. I also found the pastor inspirational as he encouraged his congregation to apply the gospel in every area of their lives instead of compartmentalizing their faith. I really like how he said they gathered for worship in order to learn how to live out their faith in the community. His gatherings, the fellowship gathering, was not some kind of a country club for Christians. The point was to gather to be sent out, not to gather to have fun together and keep the good news to themselves. I also liked how this pastor met people on their turf, as he called it, and inspired them to use their faith right where they were, according to God's will. The rest of the episode shows how a couple of business owners live out their faith. The focus is on loving your neighbor, as you never know, as one of them put it. You could be serving angels. The focus was also on being a Christian in all aspects of our lives. I like how one of the men asked, how can we reflect that we are Christian in all we do? The people in this episode were quite an inspiration, and while I realize they are imperfect human beings, their longing and motivation to follow Christ in all aspects of their life is an inspiration. There is a lot more happening in this episode, so please be sure to watch it free on YouTube. I watched God is at Work on Vision Video's YouTube channel. Thank you for listening to this review. Until next time, peace be with you.